Imagine a world where the sun rises and sets not by the laws of physics, but by the will of powerful deities, where the fate of humanity and the cosmos lies in the hands of gods who rule, fight, and love like a celestial family. Welcome to the world of ancient Egyptian mythology, where the relationships between the gods shaped not only their realm, but the course of human history. In this video, we'll dive deep into the stories of Ra, Osiris, Isis, Horus, Seth, Anubis, and Bastet, exploring their complex relationships with each other and how they influenced life, death, and the divine order. Stick around for resources at the end if you want to learn even more about these fascinating tales. At the dawn of time, out of the swirling chaos, Ra, the god of the sun, emerged as the first and most powerful deity. Ra didn't just bring light to the world, he also gave life to the gods themselves. From Ra's breath came his children, Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. These two were the foundation of the natural world, essential elements that allowed life to flourish. But Ra's creative power didn't stop there. Shu and Tefnut gave birth to Geb, the earth god, and Nut, the sky goddess. Together, this divine family formed the physical world. Geb and Nut, in turn, had 4 children who would go on to shape Egypt's divine and royal lineage: Osiris, Isis, Seth, and Nephthys. Ra ruled over all the gods and was considered the father of the divine family, but he would soon pass his authority to his descendants, a decision that set off a chain of rivalries and alliances that defined the cosmos. As Ra's reign began to wane, he handed over his throne to Osiris, his great-grandson. Osiris became the god of fertility, agriculture, and eventually, the ruler of the underworld. Osiris wasn't just a ruler, he and his sister wife Isis represented civilization itself. They taught humanity agriculture, how to build society, and the rituals that would ensure a peaceful afterlife. But their harmony wasn't shared by everyone in the divine family. Osiris's younger brother, Seth, god of chaos, the desert, and storms, was consumed by jealousy. Seth believed that the throne of Egypt should be his, and Osiris's popularity only fueled his resentment. Seth's envy boiled over, leading him to murder Osiris in a brutal betrayal. He tricked Osiris into climbing into a beautiful coffin, which he then sealed and threw into the Nile River. With Osiris gone, Seth seized the throne, bringing chaos and disorder to Egypt. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife and one of the most powerful goddesses, refused to let her husband's murder go unpunished. Using her magical abilities, she searched the world for Osiris's body. With the help of Nephthys, her sister and Seth's wife, and Anubis, the god of mummification, Isis was able to locate and reassemble Osiris's body. She used her magic to bring Osiris back to life, but he could no longer rule the world of the living. Instead, Osiris became the god of the dead, ruling over the underworld. Before Osiris descended into the underworld, however, Isis conceived a son, Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship and the sky. From the moment Horus was born, he was destined to avenge his father and reclaim the throne from Seth. When Horus reached adulthood, the battle for Egypt's throne began. Horus and Seth engaged in a series of epic struggles that lasted for decades. Their rivalry wasn't just a family feud, it represented the eternal battle between order and chaos. Seth, the embodiment of destruction and disorder, fought to maintain control, while Horus, the god of kingship, represented the divine right of rulers to bring justice and stability to the world. One of their most famous battles ended with Horus losing his eye to Seth. But thanks to the healing powers of Thoth, the god of wisdom and writing, Horus's eye was restored, becoming the famous Eye of Horus, a symbol of protection and restoration in Egyptian culture. Ultimately, the gods convened a council to decide the fate of Egypt. After much deliberation, Horus was declared the rightful ruler, and he took his place as the god of kingship, while Seth was exiled to the desert, where his chaotic nature could do no more harm. Amid this celestial drama, another key figure played a vital role in the passage between life and death: Anubis, the jackal-headed god of mummification. Although Anubis was the son of Osiris's unfaithful brother Seth and Nephthys, He sided with Isis and Osiris in the battle for justice. After Osiris's death, it was Anubis who oversaw his embalming, helping Isis preserve Osiris's body for resurrection. This act was the foundation of Egyptian funerary practices, which sought to preserve the body in death so the soul could live on in the afterlife. Anubis also presided over the weighing of the heart ceremony, where the hearts of the deceased were weighed against the feather of Ma'at, the goddess of truth and justice. If a heart was lighter than the feather, the soul was granted passage to the afterlife. If heavier, it was devoured by Ammit, a fearsome creature, and the soul would cease to exist. Anubis's role reflected the Egyptians' deep belief in moral justice and the importance of preserving order in both life and death. Not all gods were locked in bitter rivalries. Bastet, the feline-headed goddess of home, fertility, and protection, was a beloved deity among the people of Egypt. Bastet was the daughter of Ra, and her protective nature was often seen as an extension of her father's divine light. While Bastet is known for her gentle, nurturing side, she also had a fierce warrior aspect. In battle, she could take on the form of a lioness, defending the kingdom against enemies. This duality made her both a loving protector and a fearsome defender. Her relationships within the divine family were peaceful, unlike the tumultuous connections between Osiris, Seth, and Horus. Bastet's connection to Ra was particularly important, as she played a key role in protecting him during his nightly journey through the underworld. Each night, Ra had to battle the serpent Apophis, a force of chaos that sought to devour the sun and bring eternal night. Bastet, along with other gods, helped to defend Ra, ensuring that the sun would rise again each morning, symbolizing the triumph of order over chaos. The relationships between these gods tell a larger story about the Egyptian understanding of life, death, and the universe. From Ra's creation of the world to Osiris's reign over the underworld, these divine families shaped the order of the cosmos and the fate of humankind. If you enjoyed this exploration of Egypt's divine family tree, be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know which myth you'd like us to cover next. And if you're eager to dive deeper into Egyptian mythology, check out the resources below for further reading.